So my name is Ashlynn, and I am in the 11th grade, and I'm 16 years old, and I'm super honored to get to speak with you this morning. So we're going to start in Matthew 22, verses 37 through 39. He said to him, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and most important command. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." So, at the beginning of that verse, it is God, or Jesus, is calling us to love God. Love God with everything that we have, with our soul, with our heart, with our mind. And a lot of the times, in human relationships, whenever we are seeking people out, if we have a crush on them or if we want to be friends with them, we're going to ask them how their day is or try and make plans with them because we want to spend time with them and show that we care. And so God is calling us to do the same thing with Him, to seek Him. And so whenever we want to seek Him, we will do that with everything that we have in us. But if we feel like we have to seek Him, or if we have to seek people, we're not going to do that with everything that we have. And so I've talked to several adults and role models in my life that have grown up in church or knew who God was or believed that there was a God. And they learned what God did in the past. They learned maybe stories in the Bible, or they knew the things to check off their list to maybe what social, the world, I guess, would see as a good person. They tried to fit the mold of a Christian, but they didn't realize what God was in the now. They only knew what He did in the past. And so whenever hard times hit and trials came or temptations came, they did not realize that God was in their circumstance right now. And so then whenever they continued to dig their hole and hit bottom and realize that they needed God to get through their circumstance, they were able to open their eyes and see that God was there the entire time. It's just it took them to seek Him first. And so I have had the opportunity to be able to hear my mother speak her testimony, witness my aunt's testimony, and because of that, I feel the urgency to not wait to dig my hole deeper, but to seek Him in the Word and in my actions. And so I am calling parents right now, or role models in our young people's lives, to do that for us so that we can learn your lessons, so that we can feel the urgency to not continue in our ways without God, but to seek Him and have that in love relationship with God. And so in that second verse, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. And so us as people that have that relationship with God, we're not supposed to stay comfortable in that, but we are supposed to go out and preach the purpose that God gives us, that no matter what comes, that it is for a reason and that we're going to be better for it. And no matter what you've done in the past, that God still loves you and He was faithful and He is still here right now. And so, in closing, if you have that relationship with God or you want that relationship with God, all you have to do is ask Him and pray to Him, and you can have that relationship with God. And so, when you have that relationship with God, to go out and seek people and bless them and let them know that they have a purpose and God loves them no matter what, so we can build God's kingdom.